are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful, we are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello there, it's a new year. Hoping and trusting ulivuka mwaka vizuri. Here on Able Differently, we are getting stronger and reminding you to keep taking charge.
Have you made your New Year resolutions? If you haven't, what are you still waiting for? Anyway, welcome on the show. I am Beatrice Nyokabi.
And me, Jairus Ongeta. Welcome.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
When Raphael Mwendo was born, he had to stay in the nursery for 2 weeks due to prolonged labor. Thereafter, his parents noticed that he was not achieving his milestones at the right time. Take a look at his story.
Reverend Laban Mwendo Kithokoi got married over 20 years ago and soon after was blessed with the firstborn son, Raphael Mwendo. It had been a prolonged labor for his wife, and on her way to theater, she had the baby. Doctors advised for the child to remain in the nursery for a 2-week observation.
When the mother was on labor pains, I took her to Kenyatta as usual, and she was admitted. She had a prolonged labor, which actually went on for almost 24 hours. Then we were advised that she needs to be taken for Sicilia of operation. Then as they were preparing her to take her to the theater, then she gave birth, and it did not just happen. It's like it was done halfway. So we were told now the other option was to pull out the child, and that was done through vacuum extraction. So when it happened, we got the baby boy. We were excited, we were happy, and we were told that the child had to be taken for nursery for better care, because it's like the child was tired because of the prolonged labor, and when I tried to inquire more details of what happened and why the child was to be taken to the nursery, the doctors and the nurses involved, they told me that normally when a child is born, it's supposed to score at least 9 scores. I don't know what that means, but for a layman's language, that is what I thought. The child is supposed to score 9 points at least. However, 7 can be acceptable, but my son scored 5 points.
Raphael Mwendo was a beautiful and healthy baby. His parents didn't seem to understand doctors' prognosis of their son not being normal, but it all made sense as soon as Raphael was not able to reach his milestones in time.
When we were going for the normal clinics, the doctors were trying to explain us what we would expect from the boy. Unfortunately, we were not paying close attention because we would see by looking the boy was okay, and it's like what we were being taught did not make a lot of sense by then. But as we continued to bring up the boy, we would notice some abnormalities, like there was a delayed milestone, that the boy was not able to sit down in the expected time, and he was not able to grow with the expected time, because we would see others have kids and they're able to grow, they're able to sit, they're able to talk, when we were still waiting on our boy. And when you try to hold him like that, normally when you hold a child like this, the child is able to step firmly on your thighs. But this, he was not able. He would just bend his legs like this. So it was quite a puzzle to us, but we were still patient. The boy was quite handsome. He looked strong, but it's like he had some internal weakness.
He started crawling around 4 or 5 years due to lack of oxygen at birth. His brain was permanently affected, and now he is on a daily medication that helps reduce the number of convulsions.
After about 4 or 5 years is when the boy was able to crawl. They were telling us that we should not expect that the child will grow. Well, the milestone is the things that the child is able to do at a certain age, like sitting down, like talking, like crawling. He will achieve those things, but at a later time than normal.
Challenges of raising Raphael are many. Other than the consistent special attention that he requires, he also doesn't speak but communicates well and takes instruction as well. He needs help to feed and bathe. His medication is quite expensive, as his father explains.
On the process of those challenges, then we were advised that he should take some medication as a routine, not to stop throughout his life, because he was also getting some convulsions once in a while. And we were taking 2 different kinds of medicine. So the Rivotril and Lenzacapazine. That is the Tancrital blend, 200 mg, and the Rivotril 0.5. So once he misses those 2 drugs, then he keeps on having frequent convulsions. We spent sleepless night, and we were able to cope up with that to date, despite the challenges of raising the money to get up for the boy to get the drugs.
Josephine Muthina has been their longest serving house help. She loves her job but admits that it's not easy and recommends patience to anyone taking care of a special needs child.
Kulea mtoto kama huyu ni kazi ngumu sana, na ni watu chache wanaweza kaa na Raphael. Ile nakaa na Raphael, hata watu wananiambianga ninajaribu na Mungu atanibariki. Juu si sana watu wengi wanaweza kaa na Raphael, na Raphael amekuwa mtu mkubwa, si mtoto sasa, ni mtu mkubwa. Na mimi nikaamua tu niendelee na kukaa na yeye mpaka siku ile Mungu ataamua.
At one point, Raphael Mwendo was enrolled into a special school where he learned basic skills and as a result can take instructions very well.
When he went to school, at least he was learning the basic things, like to alert you when he wants to go to the toilet. You don't just find himself, he has messed himself. You alert you and he will assist him go to the toilet and help him to undress so as to relieve himself. So that one we achieved from the school. And in the area of taking instructions and the discipline, when you tell him stop that, he will stop. Do this, he would try to do it. We achieved that in school.
Reverend Mwendo advises fellow parents to love and take good care of their children with special needs.
I would call upon the parents to be patient with their children, because things may happen the way you don't expect them. And when things happen the way you don't expect, you have to be patient and wait for the will of God to happen. I would challenge the parents to love those children, because God has given them an opportunity to take care of them, and they'll be accountable before God. I gave you this kind of child. I entrusted you with these human beings. God can entrust you with these people. You would call them your children. You would say, this is my wife, this is my husband. But by the end of the day, court who needed an accountability. What did you do for these little ones on my behalf?
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Welcome back. Maureen is epileptic and has been on a journey of discovering herself and knowing what she is able to do. On this journey, she has not been alone. Her family has been with her in every step of the way. Take a look.
Monica, Maureen's mom, got a chance to share the story with us on how her daughter's condition came to be.
Maureen alianza kuwa mgonjwa akiwa 4 years. Ikakaa 4 years, kaa nafanywa tu treatment. Mpaka akafika mahali sasa ikawa nikaa amepona. After around 2 years hiyo kitu tena ikarudi. Sasa ikarudi sana anguka. Tukaendelea tu kumpeleka hospitali Kenyatta. Nampeleka wako wamejua shida nini. Wafanya all test. Hawapati ni nini mbaya. Wanasema tu ni cerebral, labda ni nini hizo vitu mingi, lakini hawapati kama ni ugonjwa kona. Sasa ikachukua muda mpaka kabrekwa pia Nairobi. Isemekana kuna daktari mwenye anaweza mchunguza mzuri, ajue shida yake huko. Kupeleka bado. Ndio daktari mwingine alikuwa amekuja hapo Kenyatta. Yeye ndio sasa Muhindi. Yeye ndio alipata shida ni nini. Ikapatikana akafanywa scan ya kichwa. Wakapata akona epilepsy.
Through her journey with epilepsy, she had to follow the footsteps of those who have been there before, using them to benchmark on her skills. Her schooling kicked off well as she was ready to take us through her journey at school with that condition.
Kusoma naye nilisoma tu vizuri tu mpaka darasa la ngapi. Ilifika I think ni standard 7, 5, 6, 7 hapo. Ndio babangu yani venye aliniona hii kitu inanini sana, inanifanya sana. Hapo ndio sasa babangu akaanza kuniuliza nini ama niache shule. Yani juu aliona hii kitu inanini sana, yani inashinda ikinifanya sana.
Like any other warrior with epilepsy, Maureen has had to overcome challenges that have characterized her life.
Hizi rosary hizi. Hapo ni Oscar ananifundishanga. Lakini hapo sasa ikifikanga mali kama hapa kwa nini hapa? Yani hapa no si hapa. Hapa kwa msalaba naweza tukafunga tu vizuri but hapa sijini kwa nini kifikanga hapa nashindwanga kufunga. Challenge ya pili ni yani kukaa hivi, yani kwenda kwa baridi. Hata jua pia yani wanitaki hapo sana. Lakini kwa jua nikikaa tu dakika tu kidogo tu na narudi kwa nyumba.
Stereotypes to her are like a walk in the park. What tore her down was her experience at school.
Kwa kinipenda sana. Yani asubuhi ikifika saa kazi mpaka waninini. Hata kama ni kuamsha mtu, si mpaka ukuje tu kwako nini tu pole. Lakini hawa walikuwa wanakuja kwangu, wananiniwa. Yani wanakuja tu kwangu asif kama wanataka kugombana na mimi. yaani kunipenda kwa kunipenda hivyo.
As a parting shot, this is what they had to say to those who are abled differently.
Hata kama ni mtoto umemwona yani yani tuseme ni mama, yani tu ni msichana but amefanya nini, akona kwake na akona watoto na hii nini imefanya nini, yani ameona mtoto wake ni yuko namna gani, yuko na hii shida. Sasa hapo na kitu yenye naweza ka explainia na naweza kaambia nini, ni mtoto usifanye nini, usimdharau. Juu hii kitu yani tu ni ugonjwa tu, itakuja kufanya nini, kuisha.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
George Mololo is a fine art artist who, when he was a child, loved to study a lot. Today he takes a lot of pride on the much he has achieved given his condition. Take a look.
Disability should not be a setback for anyone not to realize their potential. Meet George Mololo, a fine artist who has risen beyond his physical incapacitation just to reach his goals.
I major in sculpture, painting, drawings. There was a time in my life whereby I had not yet discovered my aptitude in art.
Life took the worst turn on him at a very tender age, and this is the reason for his current condition.
I was born normal. Okay, it's not that when you are challenged you are not normal, but in the state of all my physically I was okay when I was born, but at the age of 9 years, I had these incidences whereby I was experiencing severe pain when I was heading to school. Back then, there weren't a lot of schools around, so our primary school was quite a distance of I think 6 to 10 kilometers away from home, and we used to walk through some coffee plantations for us to reach the school. So one morning as I was heading to school, I had a reoccurring of that severe pain and I blacked out. So my colleagues, my other people that were in the same class, they rushed ahead and they went to inform the teachers, and then they came, they picked me, they took me to the staff room, and then they sent somebody home to go and fetch my parents. So I was taken to the hospital. Actually it was quite a draining experience, because we went to a lot of hospitals and they could not get the diagnosis. So later I was admitted at Kenyatta National Hospital, whereby I think for like a month or two we were trying to figure out what is wrong with me, because the x-rays were not showing anything and the pain was on my left leg. So after undergoing 2 medical operations, a biopsy was done on the bone, and then it was discovered that I had bone cancer. And when they discovered it, it was 1 inch to the hip joint. So I was put under some medication to suppress the spread and also to help my body recover, because the doctors were saying that I was from 2 operations, my body was not strong enough to go through the the third operation at that time. So I think it was for like 6 months if I got the glimpse of time. Then after that I was taken back to the theater and an amputation was performed.
As hurdles are part and parcel of life, he was no exception.
In as much as there's a provision in the procurement laws that the special interest groups are supposed to be given some cash to start, it is never done. So you get an LPO and you have to outsource the funds. That is the first challenge. The second challenge is that the government and the county government don't have a good track record when it comes to paying. And when you can do a project, and I have one that took 2 years to be paid, and I've taken a loan, so the interest accumulates so that by the time you're paid, all the money goes to the interest. Then the third challenge is our financial institution. In the challenges, the financial institution has several challenges when you are dealing with them as upcoming business people or startup companies. One is that they don't fund, they don't give LPO funding for county governments nowadays because of the bad paying track record. So when you have a project, you have to outsource other unconventional means of funding. And sometimes it is too expensive because people are thinking if the banks can't give you the loan, it means that this is a high risk. So you find that most of the money that you could have at least benefited, it goes towards that. The second challenge is that they don't fund startup capitals. They don't give startup capital to startup companies. They want to fund an already well-oiled business that is making profit.
At the moment, George boasts of a great level of education. His exquisite artworks have seen him do high-end projects that have even earned him awards.
I've been doing a lot of commissioned artworks for clients, for paintings, drawings, but my major art projects have been in sculpture. In 2015, I did a bust sculpture for the president. At that time, I had a startup company incubated at IBIS at Strathmore University, and the president had come to launch the first Global Entrepreneurship Summit, and we had that opportunity whereby we were showcasing some of our works. And when I met him, saw the work and he took it.
In regards to matters disability, he feels that more is yet to be done, especially by the government.
Government, we have a lot of policies, good policies. We have a lot of good laws, good statutes in place. But the biggest challenge is one, implementation. Like the Disability Act 2 or 3, most of the things they have not been implemented in terms of transport, accessibility and all that, and also the welfare of persons with disability. Second, for the disability fund, they find a way that it will be accessible to persons with disability, those who have businesses and all that, so that at least it can help people also work on their around their skills and all that.
This is his word of advice to the society on matters concerning persons with disabilities.
I could say that one of our biggest need and desire is for us to be given that opportunity, that space, for us to be the best we can be, for us to excel in whatever field that we are in, and for understanding, and for people to believe in us. What we need is the opportunity, not sympathy, not feeling or share. No, we don't visualize ourselves that way. We have a lot of potentials and a lot of skills. For any person who is living with disability, life is a given, and it's a wonderful experience to be alive. Find out your strength, find out what you can do. Do something, don't sit there, do something. No matter how small it is, just do something creative, just do something that will help uplift and maintain your dignity as a person to the society at large. Is that just find a way to accommodate, to accept, to extend some love. We love you back. And to parents who have children with disability, you have been the greatest parents that you have ever had. Because like for me growing up, my family has been very supportive, very understanding, and that helped toward shaping the person that I am today. And I know there are parents who now have children with severe disability. For me, I could tell them, just find a way to make that child just enjoy that life as it is given. Let them have the best experience that they could ever get about life.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability.
Article 6 of the UN Convention states that state parties recognize that women and girls with disabilities are subject to multiple discrimination, and in this regard shall take measures to ensure the full and equal enjoyment by them of all human rights and fundamental freedoms.
When you're with a person with epilepsy and he or she is having seizure, you need to guide them from danger by removing harmful objects from nearby and cushion their head.
Very true. That's all we had for today. I hope and trust that the show has inspired you to make this year's resolutions and follow them through. Until next week, I am Jairus Ongeta.
And I'm Beatrice Nyokabi.
Bye-bye.
Bye.